Continuing with the Proverbs from chapter 11, verse 25. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that waters shall be watered also himself. So it shows that, basically it means when we're generous, and we give liberally, we don't, doing out of grudgingness or of necessity, but we, just give freely. And it's a lot to do with attitude, and it's not only giving by itself, but also from the right attitude. When we really have this sense of freedom, people will sense it, that we're not holding back in any way. Because I know sometimes when somebody gives something, but you can see that there's like a stingy attitude, it's still not going to be a blessing even if they give. But if they give and you see that they enjoy giving and they're not sort of like a sparing in this kind of grudging attitude, then you want to bless them as well. And when they water like that, when they give, they water like that, they will be watered themselves as well. They understand that there is, God is their source, so that's why they can give freely. They know that there is plenty of things from where it came from, so they have no fear in sharing. Continuing with verse 26, he that withholds corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall be upon the head of him that sells it. And it shares also, when people are afraid and thinking, oh no, there is some kind of trouble coming and this and that coming, and they withhold the goods. And when people need it, but because of fear, they withhold it. Of course, people will kind of say, "Oh, this is stingy bastard." So the curse, that's basically a curse. But when somebody is just okay, well, I believe things will still work out, and people still put it in a trade, and they give, they sell, they whatever. It's in terms of business. In this sense, people are, oh, this is nice. They always have things, and they always share whenever they have it, either in a business sense, or in just giving. This is to do with the trade, selling. So, and it's a blessing when we are not grudging and try to hold it on ourselves. We release it. He that diligently seeks good procures favor, but he that seeks mischief, it shall come unto him. I think this is a very key for success of any nature, that we don't just wait somebody come and ask us sort of like to help them. It's like actually seeking how can we help people, how we can help people, others see okay, this is how I can help, this kind of talents, abilities I have, this is what desire I have, how I could help. And then finding people who would need those things, need that kind of help. And even suggested, hey, if you like, I really would like to help, And that causes favor when we eagerly show that we want to help and we actually can help. That gives favor. And the other side, if you don't do that, actually, we kind of will fall into a place where we seek mischief. Because we all seek something, we seek good, or then we seek mischief. Our seeker is always turned on, or then we're dead. But if we are alive and moving, I think the seeker is on. Sort of almost like a device in our psyche that it always seeks. So either we seek to do good, or then we will seek to do evil, or then we're passive and half dead. Verse 28, he that trusts in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. So I think that it's very clear. For instance, if I think about somebody who trusts in riches, people tend to not like them necessarily very much because they're so defensive about their things. But if you do the right things, we will flourish. That there will be more people involved, more things happening, and it will be much, much nicer. And when people see that we're not withholding things and we don't trust in the riches, but we trust the Lord. And I think that's the when we can operate righteously, when we do actually trust the Lord, not the riches. He that troubles his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart. I think this is really awesome in a sense that if you don't find ourselves in any kind of rich family or don't have any kind of luck, whatever we would call it, in life, that if you serve and we learn and operate in wisdom, we will, the ones who gonna inherit the right stuff, we're the ones who rule, even though there will be some people who are very wealthy, and then they have sons, and technically their sons should be having inheritance, but then the father see that, hey, they don't have wisdom to deal with this thing, and eventually the ones who serve faithfully and wisely will inherit that stuff. That's very nice, like that everybody has an opportunity, basically. If you serve and do things wisely, then we'll inherit things, and we will be in ruling position. Verse 30, the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that wins souls is wise. Now, it's very interesting in the sense that many times we think winning souls is to do with evangelism, but actually it's winning other people's sort of favor, or not, I don't know if it's favor, but sort of we do things, we bless other people, we bless with whatever we can, with whatever we're able to, in a way that they perceive it as a blessing, and that wins them over. So then, it can be a partnership, or it can be, employer-employee, good kind of relationship, or whatever it's needed, or whatever it is that, we gain favor, and the fruit of righteousness, it causes more life, more increase, and I think that also attracts others, and they can be won over. And when we have favor, we can do things together and see kingdom of God increasing in multiple ways. Verse 31, behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth, much more the wicked and the sinners. So I think that this shows, that it's important to follow righteousness, because sometimes the judgment or the punishment of the wicked come kind of later. Sometimes it seems they're doing wicked, cheating and stealing, and seem to so-called succeeding according to the world's eyes. But eventually those things catch up with them. If nothing else, their soul is tormented. So that's, who wants to be tormented, at nights and during the days, getting paralysis and all kind of things. So I think it's important to do righteousness. Eventually it will be repaid, It will be repaid. It always gets repaid, one way or the other, either good or bad. It eventually catches up and gets repaid. If you done right and you follow the Lord, and even if you suffer right now for righteousness' sake, depending where you are, eventually that good reward will come your way. And this is what I want to share with you today. And God bless you.